With my first 2 deadlines for second year, a crazy amount of work to get through, and still trying to fit in keeping healthy and getting myself to the gym, come along for a manic week in my life as a second year medical student. Trying to balance everything and still leave time to have loads of fun can be hard to juggle, but here is a week of me trying to do it all. Feels like it's been quite a rough week. Hello my loves and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video we are back with another weekly vlog. I actually have a crazy busy week this week. I have 2 uni deadlines, one today at 12 o'clock and then one on Friday. These are my first 2 deadlines of second year, and then we also just have a crazy busy timetable. We actually had last week with no set lectures and some time just to consolidate, and I took it as a real time to take a step back. I got a little bit tired and worn out and then just needed that week as a refresh, but we are back ready and raring, and of course I wanted to bring you all along. So if you do like the sound of today's video, then please remember to give it a big thumbs up, and if you haven't already, then please remember to hit that subscribe button. I would love to have you as part of the family. We have all things medicine, uni, lifestyle. There really is something for everyone. Right now it is actually nearly 8:30. I'm not quite sure where this morning went. I just got up, did my whole little morning routine. First on the to-do list is to make sure this assignment is ready to submit for 12, then flashcards, then on with lectures for the day. So let's get going, and hopefully we're going to have a really good Monday. Now, for anyone who isn't a brand new subscriber, you will be fully aware of my obsession with porridge, so it will come as no surprise that I grabbed my overnight oats for breakfast and topped them with some strawberries and bananas. I just love having porridge for breakfast. It keeps me full for so long. It's so yummy and also really healthy. I then made myself a big cup of coffee before enjoying my breakfast and catching up on some YouTube. It was then time to read over my first submission and put it through Grammarly. Now, because I am dyslexic, I often make really silly spelling or grammar mistakes, and I just find putting it through Grammarly corrects all of these for you, and I find it so helpful to do when your submission is nearly ready to go. I then read through it and just made sure that all the final bits were done. That is one submission nearly done. I'm literally just about to click the send button for my reflective proforma for my GP placement. I did most of the work last week, so I was just reading through it, check it on Grammarly, about to click send. I don't know why I'm feeling nervous. This is just a formative, so basically just a little bit of a practice for the main one which we have in the summer, and it's just bullet pointed, but I think it's on the right track, so fingers crossed. Press send on that now and then on with the flashcards. I then very nervously clicked the send button on my first submission of second year before getting on with my Anki flashcards. I always like to get my flashcards done first thing in the morning and just spend an hour to an hour and a half, however long it takes, as a little bit of extra revision towards my January exams. So me being me, from my week at home last week, I managed to leave 2 of probably the most important things in my life, my retainers and my contact lenses. However, my amazing mum did say that she would really kindly drop them in this morning, so she has just been over to drop off the few bits that I've forgotten. I'm so lucky that I live near enough home and also have a kind enough mum to actually come over and do that. And she also dropped a very exciting surprise. Now, those of you who've been around for long enough will remember this from the vlogs last year. This little reindeer was from my uni flat, and now it's in my uni house to annoy everyone. I actually can't wait to see everyone's reaction later. I'm going to put it in the kitchen and play this and see what everyone thinks. Daisy, of course, will already remember this, but I love this. Now, it might only be the 15th of November, but to me, that means Christmas has started. I love this time of year. It's one of my favourites, and I'm also going to vlog basically every single week until I go home for Christmas, just because there's so many nice things coming up. We do have Sasha's birthday on Wednesday, and then her birthday plans at the weekend, so we're not decorating the house until next week's vlog. But make sure you are subscribed, because this whole room is going to get a very Christmassy revamp very soon. Anyway, right now I'm going to grab myself a coffee and get on with the lectures for my module today, which is health services. We have a load of pre-recorded lectures to watch. They're actually quite long, which is quite unfortunate. So I'm just going to sit down and do them now before lunch. As I do for pretty much all of my pre-recorded lectures, I just watched the recording and wrote my Anki flashcards as I went along before giving up and grabbing myself some lunch, which was this meal prepped tofu, quinoa and chickpea salad salad that I made at the weekend before getting back on with the rest of my lectures for the rest of the afternoon. It is now actually 4 o'clock and I've just finished all of my lectures for the day. Thankfully, I'm not going to lie, today's lectures were actually so boring. I don't often say that. The one thing about medicine is I love the content and I always find it really interesting. Not today. It was on health and safety regulations in the workplace, and I'm not gonna lie, it definitely wasn't the most interesting topic, but they are now all done. I'm just about to go and head off to go to the gym before I have a really early dinner. Then I have BLS training tonight, which is basic life support. This is the repeat of the course that I failed last year. If you've watched those vlogs, I got in such a pickle about this exam and I'm feeling a lot more confident this time around. I've had some additional training. I've done my first one and then I have my second full course tonight before my exam next week. I'm feeling a lot calmer about it this year. I think last year it was one of the only things we had in the medical school in person. I really worked myself up. I got really stressed and flustered, and I've just been working on keeping a lot calmer, and I think it's one of them where practice makes perfect. So I have that repeat with the first years, which is a little bit embarrassing, but I actually think it is really good to fail some things in life. It teaches you a lot, you just grow from it. So I have that tonight, 6 till 9. So I'm going to squeeze in a little gym session, get some dinner, and then head off to the medical school. I'm very reluctantly about to head off out the door to BLS. I am a little bit tired, to say the least. However, it's my last really late evening. Touch wood, fingers crossed, everything going well. It's going to be absolutely fine. I do feel really organised. But let's go and get it out of the way, and then I'm going to make myself a hot chocolate when I get back to treat myself. I still have a few bits of work done as well, which I might do after. Let's see how I'm feeling. I then spent the evening at the medical school learning all about BLS, how to use a defibrillator, how to put someone in the recovery position, what to do in different cases of cardiac arrest, before finally going home for the night. It is now 9:30 and I just got back in from BLS. It didn't go too bad, although the last mock exam I managed to fail again, which has put me a little bit on edge. I was doing the compressions too slow and I failed last time because I did them too fast. But I'm going to practice this week with a cushion. I'm going to use this and then practice my speeds and get it perfect for my exam next Monday. I'm now absolutely knackered. I'm going to go and make a hot chocolate, have a chilled night, do a little bit of washing up. That work that I needed to get done definitely isn't getting done tonight. The rest of the night is definitely needed to have a little relax, ready for another full-on day tomorrow. Tuesday started with a 10-minute law of attraction meditation before, yep, you guessed it, having my overnight oats for breakfast and making myself a big coffee. Today I knew I had a really busy day, so I actually decided to get on with doing my flashcards whilst I was enjoying my breakfast. So we went through Anki for the morning before heading off for another very busy day. Good morning everyone and happy Tuesday. So it's now actually 8:30. I got up nice and early, I did my whole little morning routine, did a few flashcards, and I'm literally about to head off to the medical school. Today we have so much anatomy stuff. We have pro section, some live demonstrations, and then we're also using the anatomage table for the first time, which is like a huge 3D atlas table thing. That was a great description, Anna. But I'm not actually sure how much of today I'm going to be able to vlog because of the Human Tissue Act, which I always talk about, but you basically can't record, take pictures or be on your phone in quite a lot of these rooms. But we have got PAS later this afternoon and I will try to catch up with you in the medical school. I then headed off to the medical school for a jam-packed day filled with anatomy practicals and a pro section. We then had some time off to grab ourselves some lunch and a coffee before heading back for an afternoon of communication skills and practicing role plays, before I then just spent some time in the library trying to catch up on flashcards and also the pre-recorded lectures and work that we needed to do for the next day. Just got back in from the medical school and as you can see I've literally retreated straight to my bed. I'm honestly just so tired, although I did have a really good afternoon. We had clinical skills communication, which was basically just a role play as what we do as medical students in different scenarios around the hospital, like dealing with nurses, other doctors, patients, friends, and it was such a good experience. I basically just reminded you of what we're going to be doing in the old years after our pre-clinical years are over, which I have to say I am really looking forward to now. I really love anything that reminds me that I'm actually supposed to be doing clinical skills and one day becoming a doctor, which is so scary and surreal. Right now I need to go and cook some dinner because I am starving, and then I need to get on with some editing for the evening. After making myself a big bowl of pasta and topping it with my new favourite thing, which is nutritional yeast, I then got on with editing for the evening for probably a little bit too long before heading off to bed. Good morning everyone. So it's now Wednesday and it's actually Sasha's birthday today, so I got up nice and early, did some of my Anki flashcards. I've actually waited till 9:30 to have my breakfast, which I'm quite proud of myself about. I've just heard her got up and Daisy's decorated the kitchen with loads of balloons and banners, and I'm gonna go and have breakfast with Sasha and give her her presents now. Unfortunately Daisy can't have breakfast this morning because she had patients, which is really sad, but we are properly celebrating Sasha's birthday at the weekend. This is just something little because everybody needs a birthday breakfast. I also really need to get on with this assignment for Friday, which I haven't even looked at or started and is really starting to stress me out. Anyway, first let's go and celebrate Sasha's birthday. It's the birthday girl! Sasha, what you got for breakfast?
Such a glamorous
I've converted her to porridge, guys. She's literally even having porridge on her birthday.
Yeah.
So that was so lovely. I'm so glad I stayed in and had breakfast with Sasha before she heads down to London. I love birthdays. Yeah, honestly, it's so exciting. It has put me in the mood to not want to do any work. However, we are going to get on with the long list of things that I need to do today. I'm going to start by watching the lectures that I need to watch for tomorrow. And then we have a live lecture on Zoom. And then this afternoon, I'm going to get on with my essay plan. After a really lovely but slightly slower start to the morning, it was time to crack on by watching my lectures that I needed to do for the next day to get them out of the way. It was then time to watch my live Zoom for my immunology module, which I did by editing my flashcards as well as answering all the questions that they did as part of the live session. It was then time to grab myself some lunch, which was of course my meal prepped quinoa and chickpea salad, before finally bringing myself to start my essay. So if I look a little bit bedraggled, it's because I feel quite bedraggled, to be honest. I've just been sat starting my essay plan, which needs to be submitted on Friday, and I don't really think I've spoken much about this, but we have a whole side personal interest project, and I'm doing mine on nutrition and public health, which is actually so interesting. And I've chosen my essay title, which is, does a plant-based diet in children reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease later in life? However, it needs a lot of defining. I need to do an essay plan. I also need to find some studies and systematic reviews, which if anybody knows is a nightmare to try and find. I literally had no idea how hard it was to find studies. I thought there'd be loads. Turns out I'm wrong, there really aren't loads, and I'm really struggling to find as many as I need. I need like 7. I've currently got 4, and I've spent an hour trying to find them. So that's all great. No, let's not moan. It's actually one of the first days in ages that I've actually felt fine. I don't know why, I've just felt a little bit funny recently. I can't quite put my finger on it, and I feel like loads of people have felt like this, which is equally really strange. Whoever thinks strange is going on with the moon. I'm all about crystals and the moon. You might think it's a load of heebie-jeebie, but I actually think there's definitely something strange in the air at the moment. I am going to go and move my body for an hour. I feel like I need to just go and get some exercise, head to the gym, then get back and do some more work on this essay. I've just got back in from the gym. I had such a lovely workout, although look at this outside. I'm not okay with the fact it is literally pitch black and it's only just after 5:30. These dark nights are really taking some getting used to this year, because right now I feel like I should be going to bed. I'm really not sure what's happening. I need to get on with the rest of my essay plan ASAP because it was literally taking me so long, and I'm going to try and get another good stint done before dinner, because then after dinner I need to edit. So we have a lot to do tonight. I feel like all I've done this week is work, but we do have a really exciting weekend coming up which is keeping me going. After another good stint on my essay plan before dinner, it was time to grab some much needed brain fuel before getting on with some editing and then finally heading off to bed. Good morning everyone. So it is now Thursday. I can't quite believe it's already Thursday. I don't know where this week is going. I am feeling slightly stressed and a little bit overwhelmed, but you know, just comes with the territory, and we're going to get through it. And getting this plan sorted has just been on my mind so much. It's due at 5 o'clock tomorrow, and I really want it done by the end of the day so I can tick it off my to-do list, stop stressing about it, and just get it submitted. It was then time to head off to the medical school for a morning of small group teachings and online lectures which were live for my cardiovascular module. I then stopped to have some lunch with my friends in the med cafe before getting on with some editing in the library in the afternoon. Once this was all ready and live, which was actually my first year guide to medical school, which I really hope you found helpful, it was then time to get a proper shift on with my essay plan and basically just work until a final draft was ready to send off the next day and finally get myself back home. I've just got back from the medical school. It has just gone 8 o'clock and guess where I am? Straight back in my bed. I'm honestly completely knackered. I've just had one of those days where everything has felt slightly overwhelming. There's so many deadlines, so many lectures to watch. I mean, I haven't even completed one module out of my 5 modules for this week, which is just ridiculous. Like, I have so many lectures to watch, but I'm not going to think about it like that. I'm going to think of the positives. I have nearly got an essay plan together, which I'm really happy about. I didn't know how long that was going to take me, so that's really good. My video's also out, so there's 2 things off my to-do list. We haven't done any of the prep for tomorrow though, so I need to do all of that after dinner. I also really want to watch at least a few lectures for this week, because otherwise, I mean, I'm really not sure when I'm supposed to do them because we have so much on tomorrow as well. So I could really probably cry if I let it get to be like that, but we're not going to do that. We're going to go and have a nice dinner. Fortunately, I have a few frozen meals left over for when I do my big batch cooking, so I'm just going to have one of those sweet potato dals, sink nice and easy, and then get back to work. After having this butternut squash lentil dal for dinner and a little break, it was time to get back to work for the evening before giving up, calling it a night, and before bed filling in my 5-minute journal for gratitude, setting my alarm and getting to sleep. Good morning everyone. So it is finally Friday. I'm so happy that it is the end of the week. It feels like it's been quite a rough week. It is currently 8 o'clock and I just got up, changed my bed sheet so we have fresh sheets. I washed my tan off, got ready, and now I'm just going to go and get some breakfast. I am going out tonight and tomorrow night, hence why I tan. This morning we have an anatomy practical 9 till 11, and then we also have something else live for our renal module, and then I have all the pre-recorded for my renal lecture to do. I still need to finish half of the lectures for my cardiovascular module. I haven't even looked at my immunology module, and there's one more thing to do for my health and services module. So that is fantastic. Not all of that is going to get done today. I'm definitely going to have to head to the library tomorrow, but we are literally going to try to jam as much as possible in today, try and get loads done so that we don't have to do too much of the weekend. Oh yeah, I also need to submit that essay plan, which is looking good. I spent quite a long time last night making sure that was nearly finished, so I'm just going to read through it one more time, make any small changes, and then get that off before the deadline. I then reluctantly stuck on my washing, which I have to say is my least favourite job of being a student, before grabbing myself some porridge and getting to the medical school. I then had my small group teaching before reading through my essay plan, putting it through Grammarly, making sure there were no mistakes, and then finally submitting it off before getting on with some flashcards and pre-recorded lectures for the rest of the morning. It was then time to have a break and have some lunch with everyone before heading back to the library to cram in as many lectures as I physically could before finally giving up and calling it a night and heading home. It has just gone 7:15 and I've just got in from the medical school. It has been such a full-on day. Have I finished a single module for this week? No, I'm honestly so ridiculously behind, but I've just concluded I'm not going to give myself a hard time about it. I've really worked as hard as I can to get it all done, and it's just been one of those weeks where there is so much, and we're going to find time either tomorrow, Sunday, or to be completely honest, it's probably going to have to be next week to properly catch up. And I've also started prioritising making sure I get through all of my Anki flashcards, because obviously I want to start revision as early as possible for my January exams. Anyway, enough of that. Tonight I actually have a house party for one of my really good medic friends. It was her birthday today, so we're all going around tonight, so I need to get ready, grab some dinner really quickly, and I'm honestly so excited to get out. It's been such a full-on busy week. It's now obviously significantly later and I've gotten all ready to go to Sally's. It's actually nearly 9:45. We're going slightly late because Sasha got back from London slightly late, but I'll quickly show you what I'm wearing and then we're going to grab a drink and get going. I'm so excited for doing something that isn't work. Start the birthday weekend with Sally tonight, Sasha's tomorrow, so we're going to have such a fun weekend. I've just gone with this little low poly dress and then these little Stomper trainers. Then I'm going to get a bag and a coat. As always, I'm not going to take you with me because I'm too scared that I'm going to lose or break it, even though this is already broken, which is another problem for another day that I need to fix already. But I'll try and get loads of little clips on my phone and see you all in the morning. Good morning everyone. So it is now Saturday and I had such a lovely time last night. Sally's birthday was so much fun and I actually managed to not be too late at night. I was asleep cozy in bed by 2 o'clock, which is actually quite good at the moment. One thing I do miss about lockdown is being asleep by like 11 o'clock and that being a late night. However, I do feel like my body is gradually getting used to these slightly later nights and also making sure that I actually leave early enough to get a good night's sleep, because otherwise I just end up so knackered. But I'm still so glad that I went. I had so much fun and it was so lovely to celebrate Sally's birthday. This morning I got up, grabbed some breakfast and then scooted off to the gym, hence why I look like this. I feel like my face is definitely not looking its finest right now, but we have a lot to do today and looking nice is just not one of my priorities until later. So this morning I'm going to crack on with some flashcards, get some lunch and then head off to the library for the day. Before tonight, all of Sasha's home friends are coming up and staying here and we're going to an amazing restaurant called Tattoo. It's one of my favourite restaurants in Birmingham, and then going for drinks and going out after. My to-do list, I started writing all the lectures that I've missed for this week and it actually just made me cry. Like, I actually just don't really want to look at it. It is a very extensive list, but I'm determined to not let it overwhelm me. It's not going to affect my mood and it's not going to stop me celebrating at Sasha's birthday, but it does mean that we need to get on and have a working Saturday. So once again, it is so much later. I've just gotten all ready to go and all Sasha's friends are downstairs. We're going to have a few drinks, play a few games and then head off to the restaurant. I've worked really hard today and it's so good to have a little motivation to keep you going. I'm so late once again, so I'm going to go and say hello to everyone. I'm probably not going to vlog too much because I've never met Sasha's home friends before, but I'm going to add in as much as possible because tonight is honestly going to be so much fun. Morning everyone. So it is now Sunday and I had such an amazing time last night. Tattoo was so good and then we ended up going to So Bar after. So again, it was a very late night and I am feeling a little bit tired today. However, I just want to get on with a few last bits of work and then I always just love to use Sundays as a cleaning day. I cook all my meals for the week and just have a slightly calmer day. So I am going to end the vlog here, but I'm literally starting vlogging again tomorrow. I have my BLS exam and then another really busy week and I just want to vlog as much as possible. I love this time of year and I want to bring you all along, so make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on all of the vlogs. And if you did enjoy this week's video, then please remember to give it a big thumbs up. It really helps me know that you're enjoying them and I hope you will have an amazing rest of your week and I'll see you so soon. Bye.